Hey, what's up? It's Tony from Street Church. Welcome to the Inside Job Podcast. Hey, this is week number 1 of a 2-week series, and I'm so excited about this series. And the reason why is this. In every message I get to give, in every sermon I get to preach, in every group I get to lead, in every podcast I get to do, really I have one thing I want to nail home at the end of the day. One overriding goal and message that I want people to embrace and get. And it's the title of this series. It's 2 words: die empty. My goal is for people to die empty, to die finished, not to let the grave take anything from them. You all know that the richest, the wealthiest place on the planet Earth is a place that you probably drive by every week. It's the cemetery, right? How much untapped potential, how many gifts, how much potential and talents and gifts that were never utilized, that were never realized, are buried there. How many lives lived? How many fathers who were never the fathers that they were created to be? How many moms who were never the moms that they should have been? How many books that were never written that should have been written? How many people who should have become teachers, right? How much potential? How many gifts are 6 feet under the ground? It's the wealthiest place on the planet Earth. And that bothers me. That bugs me. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to make it any richer. I just don't. So with every message I get to share, that's one overriding goal at the end of the day I have in every message, is to drill that home to people. The problem is this. In Trenton, we see people whose lives are being destroyed, ripped out from under them through addiction, through homelessness, chronic poverty, emotional unwellness. You have people in your life that you know, in your circle of friends, in your sphere of influence, whose lives are being destroyed. Maybe not from those things. Maybe it's from a bad relationship. Maybe it's from anger. Maybe it's from lust. Maybe it's from pride. Whatever, fill in a blank. But all those things, they cause us not to maximize our giftings, our talents, our potential, and not to die empty. And that really, really bothers me. So, how do we get people who are in the middle of tough situations, who are having their lives destroyed by addiction, by anger, you name it, whatever? How do we get them to the point where they're willing to embrace this mindset of not wanting to let the grave take anything from them, but to die empty, to maximize their potential and their giftings, to become the people that they were created to be, right? And how do we get ourselves to that point where we just leave it all on the line, right? Where we just let it all on the line, where we're not willing to make the cemetery any richer than it already is. How do we become people like that? Well, I'm glad you asked, right? Because that's what we're going to talk about next week. Listen, guys, the bottom line is this. Nobody gets out alive. Time wins at the end of the day. The clock, it beats us, right? And time wins. So with that in mind, I don't know about you, but I am committed to die empty and not to make that place any wealthier than it already is. We're going to talk about how we can get other people who are in the middle of a crisis situation, who are going through it, to shift their perspective so they would want to die empty and maximize their giftings and their potential and their talent. And we're going to talk about how we can become people who can also maximize every drop of potential that God has put in us so that the grave won't take anything from us. I'm super excited about this series, as you can tell. Hey, one for the road. You only have one life to live. But if you do it right, once is enough. That's Mae West. It's not my quote, it's hers, but I love it. And remember, count each day a new life. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great day.